So, all right. My goodness. Okay, so I have been super, I wouldn't say lazy, but just like restful. With the energies of the world, a lot has been happening. Like a lot of ascensions, a lot of upgrades, a lot of light body activations. I'm going in waves, like I'm in tears one minute, I'm happy the next. It's kind of like being a woman on PMS, on your menstrual cycle, just like advanced. So I haven't done an episode in a few months. First reason was because of what I'm actually going to talk about in this episode. That my internet is just being hijacked by clowns every single day of my life. I literally have no peace. Everybody wants to be in my attention, in my auric field, in my life. I mean, I am somewhat important, but it would be really nice to just have some peace. It's kind of like I'm a celebrity without being a celebrity. I mean, technically I am an icon, but in the real world, like society, well, I wouldn't call it the real world, but in society, nobody knows me yet. But in the unseen world, everybody knows me. So, we're kind of varying up the scales. So, basically, life's just been doing what life does. Chaos, peace, magic, and a little something in between. That swirl of human experience I walk through every single day. And through all of that, someone once hit me with a line that stuck. The first rule of Fight Club is you don't talk about Fight Club. Like it was a badge, a secret, a code of silence. Like it was a shield to hide behind. But here's the thing. He was just a pawn, like every single person that is watching me, monitoring me, recording me 24/7. Obsessed. See, that snitch was just gathering information on me, feeding it back to his warden as if some reward awaited him. So today, I am done with the silence. I'm done with the code, stepping into the ring, no gloves, no veil, just sharing the real truth behind the curtains. This is what I call a damn good story. Because in my world, life keeps you on your toes. Picture this. The Mandalorian meets Succession with me at the center. They're all watching, waiting for a slip, for a moment where they can seize the power I hold. But they forget one thing. I'm the one who controls the game. See, they desire what I have, envy what runs in my blood, and they'll stop at nothing to manipulate, outsmart, or undermine me. But they don't realize how deep the roots go. No matter how many times they try to tear me down, pull me into petty schemes, I'm the one who decides who stays and goes. While they think they're playing the game, they're just pieces on my board. Background noise. See, they set up their little games, thinking they could use whispers and shadows to control the narrative. But today, I'm peeling it all back. This is me speaking my foundational truths. No edits, no masks, just truths. So let me talk to you about this certain kind of energy. See, this folks, these entities, they wear their sacrifices like trophies, like a badge of honor, just to get their ego stroked. You ever seen a mechanic oil up a car? Yeah, that's them. Except their egos are the engines, always in need of a top up, always thirsty for praise. The twisted world is a cycle, scolded and praised, shamed and glorification, all for clout, for recognition, for the illusion of power. It's like they've won a token from a cheap slot machine and they thought they conquered the world. Their ego, fragile, begging for validation like they're in some vintage soap opera, like prisoners in a Harry Potter dungeon, starving for their master's affection. We've all seen that energy before. Gollum from The Lord of the Rings, that precious psychosis, the devil-drenched duality of good evil in one face. That's them, living contradictions, soulless yet obsessed. Hating women, but watching them like teenage boys flipping through Playboy. They despise what they secretly crave. So, where do I even begin? Picture this. My life under a microscope. My every move watched. My internet hijacked daily by what society would call neighbors, but I call them entities. This relationship is a one-sided circus, unbalanced, maddening, delusional, but hilarious. Satire-worthy, honestly. Ever loved something so much you didn't know how to give it the love it needed, so you destroyed it instead? That's what obsession looks like. Sick, maniacal, twisted into a disaster. Imagine living in a fishbowl. Every breath you take, dissected by dead souls with nothing better to do. Then feed off your light. Because that's what I am, magic. They can't figure me out, so they press harder. Their gaze turns into weight. And suddenly, I'm drowning in a sea of wannabe sharks while trying to sing my mermaid song. But they thrive off this perversion. So let's simplify it. If entities feel too vague for you, let's call them vampires, because we all know those. Buffy, Twilight, Interview with a Vampire, Anne Rice classics. It's all supernatural until it's not. Because we live among dead souls, zombies of the modern world, walking shells, empty eyes, and the wildest part is they could be your partner, your boss, your uncle. You never really know. Just like you never really know about the Freemasons. They're not myths, they're here, now, living like shadows among the rest of us. The Bible even says it. They're all a delusion, their works are nothing, their metal images are empty wind. For I am the power. I got the spark, I got the light. Without me, it's just darkness. Just dead souls hunting for their next energy source. So yes, all eyes are on me. At every corner, it's invasive, perverted, a violation of my human experience. And it's wild to think that I'm the one shining, a unicorn in a grayscale world, while they're over here gasping for air like it's their last breath, acting like I'm their last meal ticket to survival. See, they parade around with stolen power, flaunting my light like it's their own. But let's get this straight. That's my energy you're dancing in. Now, let's talk about the real cosmic clowns. Because to the outside world, it might look like I'm hiding something, that I'm the problem, but that's the trick, right? That's exactly what these entities want it to look like. Because in spiritual court, these MK Ultras couldn't even stand up for the garbage they put light beams through. And when the time comes to face what they've done, well, it's the same gaslit lie. I never did that. We've all heard that before. That I never did that. They're cowards. Always have been. Always will be. Because people who think they hold power, they need a pawn to move. And as far as I'm concerned, real power doesn't need control. They scheme in groups thinking it makes them stronger. But here's the truth. Fighting in a group doesn't amplify your power, it exposes your weakness. Maybe try standing alone sometimes. And here's the thing, they moved opposite my home, shining laser beams through my windows like it's some cosmic game of laser tag. And still, I rise, unshaken, unapologetic, protected universally. And just when I thought the monitoring was already a violation of my space, the game levels up. I've had this witches, warlocks, entities, warthogs break into my home, move my things around, leave a mess, leave marks upon my belongings, as if to say I've been here. They just can't get enough. They really can't. As if it's them saying, I'm here, I've been in your space, what you gonna do now? They go through my bins like they're scavenging for treasure, and their mentality is whatever it takes, right? But here's the thing, for someone to do all of that, tormenting, stealing, thieving, scheming, destroying, all of that might mean that I am of importance because, see, they're intimidated by my light. They can't stand it, so they lower themselves to the bottom of the barrel. But you would think they would have hit rock bottom by now, but like, how low can you go? So while they're building their own case, stacking up their wrongdoings in both the spiritual and physical world, they're not only making it easier for me to prove what they've done, because each lie, each violation, it all adds up, turning their own actions into evidence that will expose them. They think they're clever, trying to manipulate, but all they're doing is paving the way for the patrol to come knocking. And when they do, the case will be crystal clear. Because in the end, their own mess is a proof they'll show them for what they really are. Scammers, con artists, Fruit Loops, rock spiders. And they don't even realize how much they're doing my job for me. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. The fishbowl's cracked wide open now, and I've got a whole lot more to say. So if you're here still listening, strap in, because this isn't just another podcast episode. This is testimony. This is truth. This is the light coming through the cracks. Now, not everybody's ready for this, and that's fine. We move at our own pace, in our own rhythm, and our own beat. See, I once shared my story with an old friend, and he said, your life's like a movie. And I just smiled, because it's more than that. It's an experience. It's raw, it's real, it's unapologetic. And trying to explain this world to the masses, the dangers, the truth I walk with, it's like telling them aliens exist when they've never seen the stars. You can't get it unless you've lived it. Because most people are stuck on autopilot, trapped in the mundane, still running yesterday's script. But me, I'm quantum jumping, leveling up, evolving to a higher vibration. I'm Goku, charging up, ready to hit my Super Saiyan. Just when you think they've got me pegged, I power up and leave them in the dust. I'm light years ahead, crushing down a lane that's mine and mine alone. I'm always on the grind, always evolving, even though it kind of sometimes looks like I'm just laying in my bed doing absolutely jack shit. Sometimes being in the being is better than doing. Like Vegeta in the training room, pushing, growing, upgrading. This isn't a race. It never was. This is just my ascension, my journey, my story, and it's moving at a pace they'll never match. Sometimes I wonder, I'd be late in my bed. Like I wake up in the afternoons these days. I used to wake up in the mornings, but I wake up in the afternoons. And that is just due to the energies transmuting through me. But I wake up and the times where I just don't feel like doing anything whatsoever. And it's nice not doing things. But sometimes I get to that point where I'm like, oh my God, I should be doing something. Like, yo, like the world outside is still running in circles while I'm literally in here. I don't know. This is just me dabbling. Let me get back to it. So, ever felt like the star of a show you didn't audition for? Because that's what it's like every day, eyes on me. Like I'm the headline act of a reality TV show, but they don't clap, they copy. They don't support, they scheme. It's wild, it's sick, and honestly, I just want peace, privacy, real solitude. You ever ask a psychopath to leave you alone and they come closer? Like, what is that? A twisted game of psych ward mentality. While they wallow in their own decay, flooding their systems with ashes, bones, and dust, mimicking my every move like it's charades, projecting their wounds upon me as I release them for my highest good. I'm I'm out here living my own reality, and they're too busy trying to rewrite it, as if by mimicking my energy, they'll get a taste of the magic that makes me who I am. But the truth, you can't steal what's already mine. You can't replicate the authenticity, the pure essence of a life that's aligned with purpose. You might see the surface, but the depth, that's mine to own. And there's no battle here. There's no contest to be won. I'm not here to prove anything to anyone. It's just the unfolding of my life. I'm living my truth, and that's enough. There's no need to fight for it. It simply is. So, let me set the scene. I lived in what I would call the halfway house. Sounds innocent, right? But it's not what you think, because in this lodge, everyone here's got a story, but none of them match. It's like everyone's starring in a different show, and I'm the only one reading the real script. So, riddle me this: you walk these hallways, hear the sounds of bloodshed and the numbers on their back, hashtag 93000. These beings who've long given up sleep in their rotten lies, devilish schemes, caged within the headquarters of smear campaigns, pacing in their orange suits like a crackhead, wide-eyed, smoking his last vile drop. The doors wide open, a parting gift or welcome invitation to their misery, love's company, the fan club. But fun? Fun doesn't reside here. They stock them like sheep, stacked and toppled like a sandwich, with no corners, no movement. Ever lived in a toxic environment? Maybe I can save you from it. It's deadly yet benign. Just a repeat of yesterday's story, the same act, the same rodeo, playing out once more. But this time, nobody's invited. It's a one-man show, and the circus is all in his head, like a ringmaster gone wild. And here's the wildest part. While I'm brushing my teeth, they're watching. While I'm in the shower, they're watching. While I'm getting dressed, still watching, cooking, walking, sitting still. They're there, always, recording, monitoring, trying to study me like I'm some endangered mystical creature. And don't even get me started on the food tampering. Yes, poisoning, subtle, psychological, designed to keep me drained, distracted, and disorientated. Dark magic pulses between these walls, relentless in its pursuit of my attention, peace, and protection encircle my sacred space. Why? Why all this? Well, because I am the light source, the queen of the blood bank, and vampires, they need blood to live. But this blood ain't for sale, not now, not ever. So, what do they do with all of that monitoring, you ask? Well, they twist the footage. They try to frame the narrative, a false one. Like, I'm supposed to feel shame for my journey. Like, the things I've lived, I've survived, overcome should be used against me. But here's what they don't understand. I'm grateful for my story and I own it. You see, I am the mirror they refuse to look into. Because when they see me, they see the parts of themselves they refuse to heal. See, my light exposes their shadows. So every time they send dark magic, dark energies my way, it's transmuted, alchemized, turned into gold, wealth, and self mastery. This is the power of the chosen ones. This is duality. This is an alchemical experience. And just when you thought it couldn't get more sci fi, let me introduce the characters next door. For every circus has its clowns. Mine, well, they live all around me. But in this story, we're zooming in on two that just keep crawling out of the woodworks. One plays a shy role, false humility wrapped in weird stares, but energetically, he's impulsive and screaming. Hoover's in my field like a confused cross-dresser in someone else's skin, trying to wear my essence, imitate my flow, because they have nothing real to call their own. Then there's the witch in the shoebox. Cramped life, even tighter programming. She only moves when he cues her, like a remote spell set on standby. Her soul, lost in the shadows, a ghost under contract, following orders, moving only when commanded. It's like a cosmic chess match. Silent, strategic, ruthless, yet they're both pawns. Just two performers in a tragic play, wearing crowns made of tinfoil and delusion. They think they're kings of the castle, but really, they're just shadows chasing a light they'll never touch. So let me put it into visual. Remember Lord Farquaad from Shrek? Short-man syndrome in full form, materialistic, ego-heavy, trying to act kingly while hiding all his brokenness behind velvet curtains and tall towers. Then there's Gaston. Yes, Gaston from Beauty and the Beast. He's a village hero, worshipped by the crowd, arrogant, loud, all muscle, no soul. Gaston only gets a love when the crowd's spellbound by his illusion. The looks, the bravado, the forced charm, but deep down he's empty, hungry for validation, obsessed with control. He's the poster child for ego-driven masculinity. Everything's a performance, and when he doesn't get what he wants, he rages because his power was never real to begin with. Same archetypes, same energy, these entities parade around with stolen light. But you can't fake divinity. You can't dress a shadow in gold and call it royal. They wear the crown, but they can't carry the weight because power, money, control doesn't hide your demons, it amplifies them. And those of us with vision, we see right through the costume. And then there's the coven, those entities who sold their souls. From what I gathered, once you're in, you're in. Orders, rituals, obedience, most of it perverse, grotesque, low vibrational. They thrive on beast-like behavior. Like the seven deadly sins came to life and threw a party in someone's basement. And the leader of these covens, they blackmail the rest. Because if one goes down, they all go down. So to survive, they eliminate threats, keep things quiet, keep people dead, spiritually, emotionally, physically, if they must. All of it just to stay relevant in a false world. I've cried all my tears. Now I just laugh. Because no press is bad press when you're the star. They don't understand. My light isn't downloaded, it's divine. And these daffodils, these MK Ultras, gremlins, their days are numbered. Their karma is coming. Not in the form they expect, but in the form that fits. They'll witness their own death while still walking, because spiritual death hits first. The body follows eventually. To the boneyard they go. This isn't the end, it's the beginning of the end for them, and the beginning of everything for me. So do the watchers, the copycats, the gremlins, the witches, the warlocks, the entities, keep watching, because everything you try to stop is already in motion, and what's coming isn't just for me, it's for every soul who's ever been silenced, hunted, mocked, or dimmed. We're rising and your time, it's up. And with that being said, you've tuned into the voice of impact, where we break spells, burn illusions, and speak truth unapologetically. Thank you for listening. If you're vibing with what I'm laying down, hit the follow, share it with the crew, and stay tuned. Until next time, protect your energy, protect your peace, protect your voice, and remember, they can't copy what's divine.